and then we got married, and we have been married for 35 years. October 19, 1979. That sounds forever ago. We have 2 beautiful daughters, and they're both married, and we are expecting our first grandson.
I'm Brian Purcell, and this is my wife, of course, and awesome wife. Like she said, I have 2 awesome daughters, and I have 2 amazing son-in-laws, and a grandson on the way, and his name is going to be Timothy Hudson.
Yeah.
Ellen, and this is my boyfriend Preston. We've been dating for
1 year.
Yes.
December 18th will be 2 years. So we are 1 year and almost, 2 months?
All right, so let's get started. First question is, what qualities should we look for in a boy or a girl?
Hey guys.
Anybody? Nobody wants to go?
I'll go.
All right.
What qualities will I look for, or what qualities should they look for?
What qualities should we look for?
Anybody.
Anybody?
Anybody that knows me, I'm real big on honesty and trust and respect. Because if you can't trust them, it won't work. If you don't have respect for what they're doing and they don't have respect for what you're doing, you got a tough road.
Awesome.
I would say, girls, if you're looking for a good man, you find a guy. First of all, look for a man. Don't go for a boy. Secondly, you need to find a man who respects his mother and loves his mother. So that you know you're going to have a good relationship with her and with him. Because if he respects his mom, he's going to respect you 9 times out of 10. Coming from a mom.
Awesome. Awesome. Next question. How old should we be when we start dating? Or how old should you be when we start dating? So let me answer that for a second before they do. I'm a dad, and I got a little girl, she's 6. So for me, I don't know, she's going to be like out of high school or something. I know, but hey man, you gotta, I don't know, I hope I get out of that, but you won't. I won't.
Okay. So my parents didn't have any dating rules. We were allowed to date when we were, it didn't matter at all. And I found that later on, after I gave my life to the Lord and my life completely changed, I still I had a lot of boyfriends, and so I dated a lot, and I was so used to having a boyfriend. I wanted someone to text, and I found almost my identity in that, and that's so used to having didn't matter who exactly it was, but having a boyfriend in my life. And I started liking this guy after I went to a youth group like this, and my life was changing, and this guy was awesome. He was a godly man, and he read his Bible. He had everything that I thought I wanted to. And so we started talking, and really talking. And we had hung out a couple times and whatnot. And we got to the point where it was you have to ask, do you like me? Because I like you. And so we had that, we called it in college a DTR. I don't know if that's still a term anymore.
Yep.
Define the relationship.
So that's not a term anymore.
Okay, we're old. Yeah.
We're old.
Yeah.
Well, we sat down and we had the DTR, because up until start that now. Go around and tell them DTR. Up until that point, define the relationship. Yes. DTR, define the relationship. So if you see a boy and a girl fighting about something. They might be having DTR. But anyway, we were like good friends up until this point, and we had a lot of the same friends and stuff. And, progressed. And I knew he liked me, and I think he knew I liked him. But we had the DTR, and I admitted I liked him. And he said, I like you too, but I know that you are new on your walk with the Lord, and that, like, I know you've been in a lot of relationships, and that I don't want to take away from, like, what you're learning and the relationship that you're having with the Lord. And he challenged me for that, like, next summer, because it was, like, right at the end of the school year. And he was like, I think for this summer, you should date God. Try dating Jesus for a summer. I was like, what the heck is dating Jesus? That didn't make any sense to me. But I liked him, and I took that as a challenge. Like, I should find out what it's like to date Jesus. So instead of, like, I don't know, texting, you text guys you like or something like that, all of that time I spent, like, reading my Bible or waiting for the Lord to tell me something. And I found that God, like, I can cry about this, sorry. But God, like, romanced me in amazing ways that, like, no man could. Like, I would go on walks by myself. Sorry, I didn't know we get this emotional. I cry a lot, maybe I'm pregnant. Alright, anyway. So yeah, I would go on these walks, and there would be, like, an amazing sunset, or I'd come to, like, a field of flowers, and I just knew that God was, like, speaking to my heart and doing these, like, amazing things that no man ever could. And I learned so much more about God, and I learned more about the type of man I wanted, I think, too. This guy who had challenged me to do all that, he was a great man, but I think what I liked in him was his, like, godly qualities. And I found that there were other things that I wanted in, like, a husband. So I was able to, like, go back to school and still be friends with him, but, like, my life was changed from, like, I can say, I'm dating my husband, but I'm still dating Jesus, too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So back to the first question, that's the qualities you want in a man right there. She just named it right there.
That's right.
So this next question, I didn't have this problem growing up because I didn't have phones. I didn't have a cell phone. I just got a cell phone not too long ago. So, but y'all might have this problem. Is it okay to ask someone on a date or break up with them in a text?
Heck no. And you won't have guts enough to do it to the face flush.
You know how Pastor Ray would say? I won't even.
If you're doing that through text, you are a boy, not a man.
Oh! Oh! Yes! Go Nancy!
Enough said. Have a DTR.
What do I do if my boyfriend or girlfriend wants to be physical and I don't?
I was gonna say, tell them what's up and that they.
What's up? What's
Yeah,
up?
disrespect you.
Huh?
They don't even disrespect you and not like just want that way. They're not like you.
That's my girl over there.
I guess you just answered that one.
Yeah, that was spot on. I think if he's not a man of integrity who wants to respect you and you're, like, where you draw the line, then he's probably not worth dating.
He or she.
He or she,
Yeah.
sorry.
I was gonna say, it goes both ways. Emily and I were just talking about the different men in the Bible who were, like, weakened by women, these strong, wise men, and how their kryptonite was women. And women can be really manipulative, as well as guys can. But speaking to the guys, I'm not a guy, so maybe the guys can speak to this also, but I just feel like don't feel like you're less of a man because you're not doing how the world says men do, which is
That's right.
have sex and have a bunch of women and just get, and I don't know.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, and I think, God says to save yourself from marriage, and He's talking about everything. You know what I mean? There's a lot of worry and trouble that comes with, doing those things before you're married, and things that will be the most scariest time in your life. So make that night of marriage worth it.
That's right.
Just make it the best night ever. So
Right.
that's why I look at it.
All right.
I'm about to read these questions before I got up here and read these things. This is my favorite question.
Wait, I have one thing to say about that last thing. Yeah. It is okay and very cool to be a virgin on your wedding night. It is amazing to be a virgin, men and women, to be a virgin on your wedding night. It's amazingly cool, trust me.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. In a good way.
Serious things for sure, no doubt.
Yes, guys will, yeah. By the way, I forget, in college and high school, it would always come up because I was dating myself for marriage, and you would be shocked how many other people that you know are doing the same thing. And if you just talk about it like it's okay, you'll find that you're not alone if that's what your choice is. That you're not the weird one because you're not having sex, and that actually most of your friends probably aren't either. And it's just, yeah. Or the ones that are just putting it out there for reasons that you don't have to talk about it. But that's why it seems like everybody is, because they're the ones that are boastful about it, and the ones that are choosing not to, those people are usually more private anyhow, and so that's why it doesn't seem like everybody's that way. But the more I shared that with people, the more I found that, oh my gosh, I didn't think she and her and him, like, I had no idea. But more people than you think, you're not alone if you're saving yourself for marriage.
Another question that I was about, I've been to several True Love Weights programs that Pam does and he speaks at. And the one thing that he puts out to the young men and women at these things is think about your wedding night. And do you want that to be a night that you're with either your husband or your wife that's been around with 50 guys and you don't really know who they're thinking about on your wedding night? When all of the sex and stuff is going on, you don't know who's in their mind or you're being compared to or anything else. So you have a choice that you can make to whether you want to remain pure or whether you want to sit and wonder what your wife or husband is thinking about on your wedding night, or better yet, who they're thinking about.
That's right.
Okay, so this next question is the best question in the world. Anybody that can figure this question out, let me know. I'm 31, I still haven't figured this out. So if y'all can figure this out tonight, you get like wisdom like no other. So here's the question. What do women want? I'm still figuring out.
They only want one thing.
What?
That's a boy, remember?
Not all men
Men do too.
That's not the question.
Not all men.
Coffee.
They're very loving and kind,
Coffee.
considerate.
You figured it out.
I'm a genius.
But once you have a man like that, it's more important because he is loving, kind, respectful. He loves me with his whole heart. It's okay. I love having sex with him. You know.
Women in church.
God created it. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. But it is meant for a married man and a married woman to share their life and love together.
And to go back on the answer that I had just a minute ago, y'all may think I'm crazy or old-fashioned or whatever, but this is the only girl that I've ever dated in my life.
Are you serious?
As a husband. The only person I've ever had and the only person I've ever dated.
Nancy, was that your first boyfriend? I know what a woman wants. those kind of roles, and then there's like normal kind of roles, or there's like, there's just some for roles, okay? And it depends what kind of girl it is. Like, if it's like a girl that's like quiet or whatever, she's looking, she's not looking for anything. She just wants her to live up. And then, okay, I'm done, just got to explain it.
Does somebody up here want to answer that question?
I don't
It's
know.
kind of it's just a funny question. I've read there's movies about it and all this stuff. I think it goes to, Ray and I read this book after we got married. We should have read it before, but it's called Love and Respect. And it really describes the inner workings of a woman and how she thinks, and the inner workings of a man and how he thinks. And they are black and white. And so they actually compare it to pink and blue. And they say, you know, it's really helpful to read it, the whole thing through as a husband and as a wife, because what it does is it gives you insight to how they are wired. And so when when you're, you know, women, when you can't understand, like, why would he say that, or how did he not notice, or blah 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 blah, then you read the book and you're like, he really just has no clue. Like, I can't be upset with him because that's just, he's wired that way. So what women want,
To be loved.
yeah, to be loved, and men is to be respected. Sorry, I can't take more questions from the audience because we got the warning sign, but the 5-minute warning. Sorry. But we want to keep going some more, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Save your questions for your leader.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So my boyfriend and I already had sex. Is it too late for me?
What did you say that?
Say that again? Oh, please.
My boyfriend and I, or my boyfriend or girlfriend and I have already had sex. Is it too late for me?
First of all, what is it too late for? And I'm not like trying to point out the person, but I can tell you, if you have already had sex, it means that you have lost your virginity. You cannot get your virginity back. However, purity is a completely different story. Your purity is between you and God, and no man can take your purity from you, and no woman can take your purity from you. That is a relationship that you have with God. So, to answer that, I guess, if your virginity is gone, yeah, that's kind of too late, you know? But you still have a chance to get your purity. And your purity with your relationship with God is the most important thing that you young people can have.
That's right.
With Him.
That's right. I was just going to say, just to add to that, Nancy, there's so much more to purity than, to put it scientifically, intercourse. I think I misunderstood what purity was growing up. My mom's famous words leaving the house were "keep your clothes on," but she never really explained further than that. And so I think I had a misconstrued, as a teenager, I had a misconstrued idea of what being a virgin was, and I look at it as virginity versus pure, like I didn't see it as purity. So that just clarifies, and that's perfect. And like Pastor Tim said this week, if you were there, he said, it's not too late until you're dead. So just, you know, ask God for forgiveness and turn to Him, and ask Him to teach you what that means. Surround yourself with girls who are making those same choices, or boys, and
If you're having sex, stop.
that would be, being pure.
Stop.
And just along that same note, that our God is a redeemer, and He wants to redeem those areas of your life. So if you have made mistakes or done things that you regret, and you need to ask God for forgiveness in that. But God wants to honor that and redeem you of that, so He can make you new.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Right. That's absolutely.
I think the question, is it too late? The enemy will tell you over and over again, you've already done it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You've already had sex. I have friends who are older than me, who are not married, and they live that lie. They live the lie that I've already given myself away, so now this is my XYZ boyfriend after that, so it doesn't matter, it's already gone. And that's the lie that I want to address, that is pure BS, that's crap.
That's all. We don't have any time for no more, or one more. Go ahead, Angela, one more thing.
One of the things I want y'all to know is that even if it wasn't given up voluntarily, if any of you men or ladies in here were sexually abused and raped, it is not too late for you either.
Right.
You know, I had, one of my daughters was raped when she was 17, and she felt like she was broken, and she felt like she was dirty, and she felt like she didn't deserve a godly man anymore, and she didn't feel like she deserved God's love, and that was the biggest lie. So let me tell you, whether it was voluntarily given up or whether it was taken from you, you can still get your purity back, and that is definitely your relationship that you have with God. And I highly recommend that you guys talk to your parents about any issues that you have with relationships with your boyfriends or girlfriends. Or you can come to any of us group leaders. We will be happy to sit down and talk with any of you guys, or find a leader at church. Brian's not involved with youth, but he's an awesome guy that you can talk to.
Even though I look shy up here, because I am a little shy up here, I love talking to people. I'm just a little nervous right now, but it's all good. So let's give it up for the board real fast. Thank you all.
That's it? Okay.
One more. No time for one more. But you have awesome leaders who'd be happy to answer any other questions. And don't feel uncomfortable because it's one-on-one. It's actually better that way. So.
If y'all have questions, just text us.
Yes.
And we'll go over it in our community groups.
You can ask another question.
Okay, ask y'all a question real quick.
Oh, it's me.
I'm putting that on this.
Okay, so here it is.
Something easy, that's all.
All right, describe your worst date.
Tell us your best thing.
My best thing?
Yeah.
Well, it was like 6 years ago. No, with this one right here. How would you ask? I don't know. I get rolling. I'm sorry. But I guess just going back to our relationship, like why it was the best is because of how respectful he was. He came to my door. He met my parents. He took me out to, where were we, sushi. And we first off talked about what we wanted in our relationship. Yeah, it was but we talked about how we both were going to wait till marriage. We just talked about all that on the very first date, so we were together on that. And I just think that's probably the most important thing. That
Lay it out there.
Yeah, we laid it out in the beginning. First date, known each other 4 days. There we go.
That's the best advice.
Yeah, don't wait too long to say that, because then it gets awkward, and then the fear starts setting in. I don't know if I need to tell him that, because he might break up with me. So it needs to just get it out there and open. Just be honest, vulnerable.
Yeah.
And start the relationship as you plan to continue it on. So don't, think that, for guys anyway, don't think that this girl's getting some awesome guy and then after 2 months you just start treating like a scumbag, or you say, you know what, I don't like going out to dinner, we just went out because that's what new couples do. So start out as you intend to go forward, it'll make it a lot easier on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if they leave you on the first date because you tell them that, they ain't worth it. So.
Is this if the conehead comes to your front door, comes to your house and blows the horn for you to come outside, send daddy out there. Yeah, because if you're not worth getting out of the car for and knocking on the door, you're not worth it.
They're yelling at us to stop.
Is it time to stop? Okay, real quick. First of all, Miss Vicky just stood up. That was perfect timing. It was not planned. Y'all need to thank Miss Vicky for the food. She arranges all the food and gets the food here all the time for y'all. Her little crew that she has. We would like to thank Mr. Case here. I think that's time for us to go, but we're not going to do.
I was gonna say, did you guys like learn something tonight? Did you enjoy this?
Yes. Yeah. That was that. But, we've got pizza back there. We're gonna do something different. We're not gonna do like the community group thing because we want everybody to mingle and we want everybody that's in, Preston's community group that's here to get to know the kids in our community group that live in Cantonment. And the way it happens normally is everybody stays in their own little group. There's gonna be some buckets back there, correct?
Yeah.
And if you want to make an offering, you can put money in the bucket or whatever, and Vanessa will take it up. But other than that, we're done. Y'all get some pizza and it's me. I'm sorry, and check in with your community group leader so we'll know, so especially if you're a first-time guest. Yes, sir.